Welcome to Short Points. The topic of the lesson today is one lawgiver and judge. And we have identified two parts of our lesson. The first one, slandering and judging people around us. And the second one, boasting about tomorrow.
We talked about humility last week, and I feel that we're going to need a lot of it for this lesson.
And James starts with a warning. Don't speak evil words, don't slander, don't trash about people around you. Because when you do so, you're not equal anymore with them, you become a judge to them.
But we do have different opinions on several matters.
That's
Some
true.
very important church matters as well. For example, woman ordination, food, music in church, and so forth. How do we interact with this? Does it affect our relationships? Do we judge?
Who are you to judge your brother? What is your relationship and where do you stand in your relationship with this brother? Do you have any relationship with your brother? So, it's about relationship.
So it's not about being indifferent. We should be able to engage with each other. We should be able to agree or disagree, be able to have a discussion and to interact appropriately. This is why the lesson brings the point of spiritual discernment. And the line with judging may be very thin, but it's very important and very big, because when we judge, according to James, we're judging the law.
And when we judge, we lose the sight of our own weaknesses. And then we position ourselves above the law, out of the law. And then we are so blind that we cannot even recognize our own mistakes. And Jesus described this state when he said, you're not able to pay attention to the plank, to the beam in your own eye. So don't judge.
Hopefully we got that. And then from verse 13, we are moving to the second part that we identified about our expectations and plans for tomorrow.
And it sounds like that James is against any type of entrepreneurship. But is he?
Well, our plans reveals our goals and values, our interests and priorities. We could develop an arrogance and start believing that we are in control of everything in our lives. And this changes everything.
And people like boasting about their arrogant schemes. King James even puts it like, people like this like rejoicing in their boasting. Rejoicing in their boasting. A whole switch in the Christian behavior when you keep in mind that we talked about humility last lesson.
It's a very serious medical condition when one loses his senses. You can protect yourself from burning if you lose your sense to heat, for example. Our dependence from God, our sense of dependence, is crucial for our spiritual safety.
James saw some wrong perceptions of Christian living, judging other people and boasting of what, after all, God has given us. And he finds it important to draw our attention there because there is a very thin line between what is our inner life and the outward visible life. And he wants us not to be deceived by it.
And at the end of these very serious thoughts, James makes sure that we understand. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them.